Hey everybody, I want to make an update video with graphics and charts because I have some pretty significant information to show you. But first, if you haven't seen my first video, which I'll link above, go back and watch that because it's going to explain the indicators that I'm using and the price movements that we usually see in these 4-year cycles. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I think we're going to see the final peak of this bull market much quicker than I thought when I made my first video. First of all, just looking at this chart, what we're seeing right now doesn't look anything like 2013. In fact, if we zoom into 2013, you'll see that we reached a peak during the first couple of weeks after turning yellow. That is not what we're seeing right now. We are 14 weeks into the yellow, which means we are in the middle of the bull market. And if you look at what just happened to Bitcoin and compare that to what happened in the summer of 2017, you'll see a lot of similarities, and I'm going to show you. Here we are in 2017. As you can see, we came up and met resistance. We corrected by 38%. Then we broke through and rallied by 172%. We met resistance again. We came down by 40%. And also notice that this took about 3 months for all of this to play out. If we look at what happened after we broke the previous swing high, the price of Bitcoin tripled in the next 3 months before we got the pi cycle top confirmation. Now, let's take a look at what we just saw in 2021. We hit resistance, we sold off by 31%, then we broke through and rallied by 100%, then met resistance again and came down 26%. Now, the difference between 2017 and 2021, first of all, is that the price swings are less dramatic. The market cap of Bitcoin is much larger now, but also notice that this took place in under 2 months. And of course, this happened at very different times of the year. Now, the question is, could we see something similar play out now where we break the swing high of 58,000 and then the price triples in the next 3 months? I think it's possible. But my main point is that we're seeing an accelerated cycle. I don't think we're going to peak out in December like the previous 2 cycles did. I think it's going to happen much sooner. I think we could see the pi cycle top confirmation as early as this summer, or maybe as late as October. But I'm pretty much throwing December out the window at this point. Make sure to stick around because I have more information to show you. Let me just mention really quick. I like to listen to people that have a history of being correct. So I follow a few different YouTube channels and I make my own comparisons, I make my own analysis, and I form my own conclusions. If you haven't heard of Kevin Svensson yet, definitely go check out his channel. He also thinks that we're going to see an accelerated cycle, and he has a history of being correct. His analysis is a bit different. So if you'd like to have a different viewpoint and see it from another angle, go check out his channel. Now, let's look at another chart. This is very interesting. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin price chart after the halvings. You can find this chart on Twitter. It's posted and updated by Halving Tracker. Let me explain how to read this chart. As you can see at the top right corner, the cycles are color-coded. The 2017 cycle is purple. The green line is 2017. The current cycle is light blue, and the yellow line is an average between 2013 and 2017. As you can see, by looking at the current cycle, we're tracking pretty well with the average. In fact, we're performing much better than the 2017 cycle, but we're not performing as well as the 2013 cycle. We're somewhere in between, and this is what this chart helps us to see. Let me bring your attention to the yellow line at the 300-day mark. You see how it just goes parabolic? Now look at the blue line, the current cycle. We're getting really close to the 300-day mark since the last halving. Could we see a repeat of what happened in 2017 after we consolidated in the exact same way that we just did now? Could we see an explosion of 300% in just a couple months? This chart looks like that very well could happen. Now let's go back to 2021 showing that 300% from the 58,000 level. And let's turn on the stock to flow model indicator. And that's going to show that if we were to increase 300% from 58,000, that would put the price right around my 220K prediction. That's pretty interesting. The reason I wanted to show you this is because I want you to have that long-term perspective. Some people got really scared when we pulled back 30% in January, and then again when we pulled back 25% just now. But these pullbacks are going to look very small and insignificant when the price of Bitcoin soars up to 6 figures. So don't wait. It's still not too late to buy Bitcoin. The name of the game is to just buy, hold, and wait for this Pi cycle top. Now, if you don't already have a BlockFi account, use the referral link in the description and we'll both receive some free Bitcoin. I also highly recommend Voyager. Voyager is an app for your phone. They also offer interest for the cryptos that you hold, and unlike BlockFi, Voyager offers instant deposits, which means you can buy your crypto immediately after depositing money. You don't have to wait for that to settle. Now, something to keep in mind is that BlockFi does offer more interest for Bitcoin. So what you can do is you can use Voyager to buy Bitcoin using the instant trade feature, so you don't have to wait. But then after the deposit settles, you can transfer that Bitcoin into BlockFi for more long-term storage. That's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.